shit, let me close my porn.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Side Quest. I hope you all enjoyed the intro. I'm going to lay out the rules of Side Quest. As you can see, we have a little bit of a thing going. We have these health bars for each of us, and every time we give a good insult to one another, we take the health away until we're all dead. Joining me is my co-hosts, as usual, and from here on out, the Savage Beard Barian, who is basically the barbarian version of Milo Yiannopoulos, which basically means
Fuck you, Blondie.
He's a little less eloquent. He's a little barbarian, a little savage, but, loves black dick. It's basically it. And of course, we're joined by the Queen of Darkness, the Empress of Blood, and the mistress of every glory hole in New and Old England, VampKandy herself. Welcome to Side Quest. Oh, shut it. Shut it, Vamp. You crazy person. So, now that this is the first episode of Side Quest, we have all kinds of stories to tell and funny antics, and we're just going to banter for a little bit. And then what's going to happen is, at the end of the show, the last 30 or so minutes, that is when we will interact with the chat and read super chats and all that stuff. So keep in mind, there's not going to be a lot of interaction with the chat until our show is near completion. And boy, do we have a show for you. We had some technical difficulties, but we are underway. How are we looking, guys?
Aside from gloriously sexy, no doubt. Looking at you, kids.
Yes, well,
My God.
we are all here, and throughout the week, we've all been on our own adventures and everything, and I figured for the first episode of Side Quest, we should talk about side quests. What is your best side quest? I wonder what Beard Barian has to say.
The absolute best. Dear fuck. Number one primo is not the one I was just on. Fuck that. But I've got to say, very, very recently, I came across a group of vagabonds, and they were wanted for a price of 500 gold. So I rolled on in thinking that, I'm going to fuck these guys up, take the money, fuck up the guys who were giving me the money, and then take the rest of their money. Well, it kind of turns out that if you just threaten people enough, they'll give you more than their price is worth. So I beat the guys down for $1,000 for 1,000 gold, and then went back to the quest giver anyways, beat him down, took another 500 for him, 3 times the value. Great quest.
Oh, that is very good times. Hey, Vamp, what about you?
What? Well.
I just had to do it. I can't help it. He blew his horn right at her head.
Oh, sorry, I can't help it, Vamp. I love blowing in your general direction.
I know you do. I know you can't help yourself because you're a savage.
It's just part of my culture.
I've been waiting all week to do that. I've been waiting all week. I'll go ahead.
So what about you, Magog? What was your most recent successful side quest?
Oh, I met
Mr. Boasty.
Shut it, you fucking retard. I met a wizard upon the road, a fellow magic user. It was a good time. We had a good chat. We smoked some, weed. There's no other word for it. Sorry, folks. And we got really high. And then he told me his life story and said that he was himself on a quest, and he had to go and, he had to go to this place with all these midget people and, do something or whatever. So basically I talked him into fuck that shit. Why don't you take a vacation? Let me do the quest for you. And so he gave me all the objects and stuff because I talked him into it. My speechcraft is rather nice. And, I ended up with this fucking ring. Now, he told me to take it to some volcano and throw it in, but I'm gonna keep it.
What's the worst that could happen?
I know, right? Fuck him. And his big stupid gray beard.
You know what? I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
That's a first.
I know, right?
God damn it.
Oh, that was bad.
Oh.
I'm joking. That was me. I'm sorry, Vampy. Welcome.
What did you say, joking or choking?
Nope. This is the family-friendly entertainment you get on Side Quest, folks. So anyway,
Is quality.
she just laughs evil.
Oh dear fuck, this fucking ice is not working.
She is plotting our demise. I can see it in her fucking vampiric eyes. I can see it. Yep.
That or an orgy.
So what's your worst side quest?
Oh, why can't it be both?
What? Why can't it be?
Well, worst is the one I just need the fucking ice for. I thought it would be kind of easy to go into this village and just take a look at the wonderful quest board. You know,
oh, yes.
save a kitten, beat up a midget, wrestle a naked lady. I was fucking broke. I was trying to buy the new sled. Speaking of which, still fuck you. So I go into this town and I figure, no problem. Walking in, everybody's giving me the eye. I walk down one street and there's a group of 5 motherfuckers staring me down. I walk down the next and there's another group. And slowly the groups start building. And soon they have weapons and they come charging in mass. Some pretty well-trained peasants. Definitely no fault of my own. Very well-trained peasants. I had clearly been there before.
Yeah, you pissed somebody off. Who'd you sleep with? What dude? What was his name?
I'm not sure yet. I didn't see any little ones that looked like me, so I figured I'm in the clear.
There you go.
Well, but you fucking... Well,
What about you, Magog, the powerful?
Well, my worst side quest, oh god. Oh, there've been so many of them, These little side quests, sometimes they're just garbage. Some farmer wants you to wrangle his buffalo back to his fenced-in area. That sort of thing. It's good. Yeah, I usually just end up burning the house down. I mean, parting ways peacefully without needing to call the law in any way.
Absolutely. We trust you.
Oh, yeah. Shut up, you pink-haired slut. I was on a quest one time, and I saw a posting, on the similar bulletin board. That's where you find little quests when you need a little cash, And so, Slut led me there. The Sword of Ludicrous Undertaking, one of my more powerful magical artifacts. And it was a posting to rescue a kitten from a tree. So I figured, well, that's easy enough. But how do I get in the tree? Keep in mind, I was a young wizard at the time, and I didn't quite, I hadn't quite figured out levitation magic yet. So I thought maybe I could burn the tree and the cat would jump out, escape the flames, save itself. But then I thought that might attract attention, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, I decided to just buy a ladder. Now, the little girl who lost her kitty was offering 10 gold. I bought a ladder for 5 gold, and I thought to myself, I'll get 5 gold profit. So, being a younger man at the time, I went and borrowed some mother's money, which she then told me I stole and locked me in the Iron Maiden. But that's another story altogether. But anyway, I went out, followed the map marker, Slut led the way, and I found the tree in question, a great gargantuan nelk tree. And so I put the ladder up against its trunk, and I started to climb, and I heard the rustling of the kitten, and I was like, don't worry, Magog is coming, kitty. You little girl will have her kitty back by sundown. And then as I got closer and the leaves parted, I saw just gigantic, horrible, glowing eyes staring back at me. It was a Volgothan mountain cat. It was like I froze, fucking solid. I was like, And I backed down, slowly, hoping that the beast would not pounce and slash my face to bits. And anyway, I ended up standing in the center of town trying to sell a ladder for 10 gold. It was horrible.
You figure the Magog can handle a little Volgothan pussy.
Ouch! Oh,
Wouldn't be
that
the
hurt.
first time a man was fucked over by a pussy.
Oh, goddamn. Y'all are savage to me. I'm gonna take a point. That hurt. Ow. Ow. Ouch. 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 Ouchie.
I don't blame you, though. I mean, any quest that leads to pussy and payment is a good one.
Yes.
I can confirm.
What? Tell us more. Shut up, everyone. Tell us more, Phil. Don't
About
deny.
this great side quest for Pussy Vamp. Please, tell us.
Oh, well, I went into the town like a few nights ago, around midnight-ish, my usual time to prowl out for something to eat. I didn't come across a pussy, unfortunately. But I did come across a very tall, muscular, gorgeous man.
Gay.
Yeah, bored.
Then I ate him.
Nope, I'm done.
What?
I ripped out his heart and then I ate him.
Oh, hello.
That was a bad side quest?
Oh, it didn't go as planned. I was looking for a woman.
All right, we've established that Vamp literally has no bad times. Well,
All right, so, new side quest, get Vamp a woman.
yes.
I hope there's a lot of experience in it.
Well, there are many
Hopefully.
women in Morscar that absolutely love the whole vampire thing. You would do very well here, Vamp. So I'm very glad you were successful walking the streets as a prostitute. I mean a vampire hunting her prey.
Well, I mean, sometimes I do take gold for bites, so...
Yeah. Well, stream's
A
over.
girl's gotta make money somehow.
Stream is over.
What?
Me and Vamp's
That-
got things to do. I've got gold. I've got gold right here.
Oh,
I've got gold. You want some gold? Yeah. Shiny.
Oh,
fucking neck.
am I confused? Do you have a pussy?
Oh. Ooh. Nah.
I don't know if you're high enough level to handle Vamp's quest.
No, well, there, I had. Oh, you'd be surprised.
And that's how you break a wizard.
That. This is
Proud of
too
myself.
fun. Well, so anyway, listen, everybody. I suppose we can talk a little bit about how this being the first show. I mean, good lord, if everything could go wrong today, it went wrong. Did it not? It was like a side
yeah.
quest of its own, trying to launch this fucking thing. It's like, what is this fucking Apollo 13 mission? Every time I turned around, something was going wrong.
And it was all fucking fetch quests. Run to this spot, plug this thing, run to this spot, fetch this inane object, punch this midget. Ridiculous.
Well, it's so strange, It's like you get all this time and you're preparing and you're doing all the hard work and you're creating all the things, and then it's like, no, I don't want to work. Oh, God. So, how are we doing over there? Let's, before we move on to other things, because this is the first stream, let's go to the chat for just a moment and see how we're all coming through. Are we sounding good, looking good, and all that stuff? I want to make sure we're A-okay.
Listen, for those of you
Vamp,
watching,
you stupid
elsewhere-
whore! That's your part. You're supposed to look
I
at
was
the
waiting
chat.
for the chat to actually acknowledge me.
No, you're supposed to know ahead of time with your vampiric powers.
But for the good news, oh shit, we had a brief echo moment there. Sorry guys. If you're watching this through one of the other venues, you will need to come to the YouTube chat. There's a link down below if wherever you're watching to head on over so we'll hear from you.
Yes, we are simulcasting out on other platforms like Twitch, Periscope, and all that. And I believe also Gab TV, but I'm not entirely sure. Scribe, are we doing the thing? I need a new assistant.
You should get an intern. You don't have to pay them.
That's true. They're not people like you and I.
They're one of the greatest gifts the Western civilization of Earth has offered yet, for sure.
Well, you know, I find it very interesting that we've all finally come together in this kind of strange little setting and we're having a good time and everything. Vamp, of course, is just over there drinking blood or doing whatever she's doing, but you and me, Beardy, we're partners in crime. That's what we do.
It's like an accidental bit of fondling. You don't want it, but it happens, so just go with it. I get it.
So, anyway, I think that as far as questings and everything go, you know, it is imperative to be prepared, you know. So what is the worst thing that's ever happened in your preparation? Because our preparation for this show, it was hell. I'm so glad we were able to launch on time.
Okay, so there I was. It was the middle of the day. I had no thought in my mind that this day would turn out like this. I was but a boy, a young lad, and I was venturing out for my first quest into manhood. It was my time to earn the deed and the greatness of the beard. So I went ahead and ventured onto the town and spoke with all my elder gentlemen, tried to learn from them the subtle tricks of their trades, the angle of the thrust of the spear, the strength of the hips to drive it forward through the breastbones of the mighty Volgothan pussy. So I spent weeks studying anything they could have for me. Scrolls, crude cave drawings, words, physical lessons, very awkward. But everything they could, and by the time I finally met the young woman I was paying for, I just came in my pants right there.
There's nothing to prepare you for that.
No, I tried. So years of study.
Nothing prepares you. I can remember my first time. It was a girl in the village. You know, I'd snuck away from mothers and fathers, and you know, it was before, you know, I really discovered the power of great darkness and death. You know, it was a simpler time. I was more innocent. And this young lady, she was beautiful. She was gorgeous. She was dead. And so I was practicing my necromantic abilities, you know, my necromantic powers, and, you know, I cast a spell, and it animated her, but she was more like a zombie, you know. She didn't, I hadn't quite figured out how to pull the soul from the nether realm and, you know, put it back in the body so she could be full conscious and everything like that, but she was rather fresh, and, yeah, you know, I honestly found out that day that I actually prefer them when they lie still for me. And we just lost all our audience.
Surprise, zero.
Necrophilic joke, we're out. Bye, side quest.
We're raising the dead in this place. Oh, fuck.
We're raising something.
Good. Get bonerific. Shut it, vamp. She should know. She likes to suck blood out of
That's
cats'
just
dicks.
terrible.
Yeah, well, it's a new kind of scream.
So anyway, things have been exciting in the YouTubies in the world that you all are, you know, Morska, you know, whatever, you know, magic portals and all that stuff. But, you know, with everything going on, I'm really happy to be just doing something with friends and not having to really, like, just kind of always tackle the heavy issues. And sometimes it's just fun to have some banter and then tell stories and such, which is coming up soon, plus a few new featurettes as well, you know. But I find it to be more entertaining, you know, for me personally, you know. That's why I thought about launching some sort of sexual Magog radio show. I think that would work out for me very well. Like, if all this falls apart, then I can always get a job doing some sort of late night, you know, welcome to Midnights with Magog. You know, I can do that, right? Oh, shit. Fucking...
You greasy finger-wiggling fuck. That is disturbing.
Go on.
I don't want to think of anybody enjoying themselves like that to your voice.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Midnights with Magog. I kind of stole Poe's thing. Welcome to Midnight Dreary. Poe's gonna be pissed at that.
Wait, you stole from the theme?
Fuck? Shut it, Poe!
Oh, fuck. I need more ale for this shit.
Yes. So, anyway, what adventures have we gone on this week? Has anybody done anything exciting? We'll start with Vamp, because she's hardly talking right now.
I know.
I'm putting you on the spot.
Well, I'm trying to think. I've done so much that I just can't keep track of it all.
Spilling blood and killing children in the night, that's gotta keep you...
You can't prove that they were children.
Well, man, shut it. I know your kind.
They might have been midgets.
Maybe. Might have been.
They all look the same when they're dismembered.
Oh, gross. It's delicious. Well, I had an exciting week besides preparing for side quest. There were a great many things that happened. And I will tell my story a little later when it comes time. But I'm still kind of getting over the plague. And it ravaged the land. I mean, there was death and disease everywhere. It was rather fun, actually. And price gouging went up, for sure. But it is always a good time during a plague to actually sell health potions. Being a wizard and an alchemist during a plague is the most profitable time of the year. It's like our fucking Christmas. It's Black Friday.
It's gotta be handy, too.
Well, yes, indeed. What about you, Beardy? Did you finally get a new woodshed and sled? Because, some guy that wasn't me defiled it? He's dead.
I've also acquired a pile of noisy motherfuckers and their animals. It's rather annoying. When you start to succeed inside of a small area, people start encroaching on you and trying to build it bigger. And it doesn't matter how impressive you build your woodshed or how many heads you put on the outside of it, they're always just going to scuttle in closer and try and become part of your community. No, bad guy, scary guy. Ooh, we want to be with him. Downsides of success. Fuck.
Well, I figured they were your dogs, because you have a dog sled. Whatever happened.
Oh, but I don't use the dogs on the sled.
Okay.
That just, it's too tiny. I send the dogs after the elk, and then I shoot the elk and put the elk on the tiny sled, and I drag it while the dogs watch my back.
Oh, okay. I don't know hunting habits. When I see something I want to eat or kill, I just vaporize it.
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
That makes all the sense.
I breathe in the fumes.
How can you eat it if it's dust?
You snort it.
Oh, shit.
Pure sustenance. Especially when you vaporize a unicorn or a fairy. That shit will sustain you for days.
Well, next time you're smoking a fairy, call me over.
No shit. Fucking plague.
Oh, bad joke.
So anyway, I think that side quest is a very, very harsh, reality to the situation that's going on in the world. And so we come together to entertain and have fun and banter amongst ourselves. And it allows our audience that is watching to just kind of have a little fun and listen to something that is entertaining. But I wonder, what is to become of us? Because I'm seeing every day that there's just this crackdown, And I'm quite worried because this is an adventure that I'm so looking forward to. Perhaps we need to go on a quest of our own. Maybe I need to learn the magics of crossing into your world, and then we can kind of, take it over one by one. That'd be nice. I'm Magog, and I will conquer you.
It would be nice to have people to conquer with. It's so hard to do it on my own.
I know. We shall lead the charge. My Magog-Knight army shall join with the dark forces of the vampire bitch and the savage guy with the dog sled.
Woof, motherfucker. You know, on the bright side, though, I'm kind of wondering, like, if you don't use your power to come through, will it get left behind?
Oh, I have no idea.
Because I'm thinking if I give you a piggyback, I might be able to bring you through again.
Your dimension hopping fucking magical curse or whatever it is. It fucking
Well, it's not accurate, but it works.
Yeah, but we'd end up on Saturn or something. Knowing my luck, I ain't chancing that shit. You don't even know where you're going. You're literally driving a horse carriage without the fucking reins in your hands.
I like to call it fun.
You're both idiots.
You never know when you're going to end up at a bachelor party covered in hookers.
No, yes.
Speaking of hookers, how is that itchy crotch from the tavern wench's beard?
Oh, it's okay. I've got a potion for that.
Excellent.
Oh, I've got something better. I don't really, because I don't care. But what are you drinking? What is that? It's vodka, is it? It's what it is.
No. It's a health potion for the hooker stuff.
The itchy crotch.
Definitely not vodka.
Oh,
With a
man.
touch of food coloring. God damn it. Oh. So, Vamp, I gotta ask you. I gotta ask. What is it like wandering in the current day through the 90s and still looking like a reject from it?
Yo, I'm really surprised that Vamp's
That
here.
was
I mean, she had to take off work at Hot Topic.
I saw you in the Matrix, didn't I?
you did.
One could say the same about you, Beardberry.
Shut up.
You look like you're a fucking reject from the grunge era.
Thank you. I try.
Well, don't put a shotgun in your mouth.
One day I'll recruit all the gutter punks to one side and bathe them in one glorious event. It'll be great.
I think it would be great if we, like, we already, from our promo pic, we already look like a death metal band.
Yes.
We should totally do a music video. I think people would like that. I could do the growling bits.
Well, we could totally do it, but the way you set it up, it makes me look like the drummer, and I ain't no fucking drummer.
I had to put you back there.
That's exactly what a drummer would say.
I know.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
You go fiddle your bass guitar, woman.
Yeah, but she's the pretty face. She had to come forward. She couldn't be me and Beardberry.
Yes, the pretty face with the bass and the ace booty.
Yes, it's a little white girl booty that's cute and snooty.
God damn it. Oh,
Gotta love remix. I'm taking one away for that. Fuck you. So, anyway, I also forgot something, so I might as well address our audience. You can always revive a dead, host of SideQuest by voting in the chat. So, 1 for reviving whoever is dead or has enough health taken away that you're scared they're going to die, and 2 for fuck it, let them be dead. So it's a little interaction with the fans. Speaking of, since we're
yes, if you don't like either of us, just let us die.
Yeah, and if we all 3 die and you guys vote to never resurrect us, the stream will basically just be us
2 hours of corpses.
That's funny.
Sounds like a pretty metal show, actually.
So I have an idea, since we're kind of reaching, our little side quest story time. Took a little less time than we thought. How about we have Vamp, read a couple questions or something? Is it who is all watching? Is there anybody watching that's got questions, or would you like us to interact with the fans a little bit before we move into
303 people mashing 2 right now.
Oh, okay. They want us all to die.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, where's have Vamp, pick some. Oh, I forgot. Don't let me forget. Happy birthday, Mike. I just want to say that.
Happy birthday, Mike.
He's a
Happy
guy,
birthday.
right?
I hope you get many mighty bits.
I'm sure it's other people's birthdays, but I don't know. So, but pick some. Anybody watching got a few questions for us strange side quest characters?
Someone that goes by Devil Eye. Oh crap, I lost. Yes, what the hell is going on?
We don't know. That's why it's called side quest. If this was the main quest, you would know what was going on. But we're just fucking around until story time.
Yes,
We're working
figuring it
on it.
out.
For the love of God.
I've
It's
been
the fucking
busting my
pilot
balls.
episode.
Freedom Fighter wants to know if anyone knows how old I am. I don't even think I know at this point.
She's 12, and what is this?
Yeah.
The year 12.
The year 12. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm pretty sure Vamp is biblical. She's probably literally in the Bible.
Yeah, but I've changed my name since then.
Yeah, she used to be the ass that Mary and Joseph rode into Jerusalem.
Oh, that's so cute.
She
That's
does.
so cute from someone who has an axe shoved up his ass.
I removed it.
It was there for. He was experimenting. It was college.
Yeah.
That
Well,
was
you
very
should-
mean, Beardberry. She does not look like Riley Dennis. She does not look like she can eat an apple through a fence.
How did you even pass your magic schools?
The fuck is magic school?
Oh, God.
I'm self-taught, motherfucker.
Okay.
So, anyway, we're still kind of working on the banter and things like that because we wanted to start the show off and build it up to all the fun things. But, honestly, I haven't had that exciting of a week, I really wish I had some more stories to tell for me personally, but, it's been so hard getting to work on this side quest venture, and now we're finally here, and, pilot episode, technical glitches, fucking all kinds of, stress and all that stuff, and now here we are, and it's like, holy crap, it's actually happening. So, you have to forgive us, because we're still building the show and building the pacing, But we'll figure it out. I'm hoping that our fans are dedicated and enjoy the banter and the strangeness of it all, I'm gonna do the thing again just to be entertaining. There we go.
The thing. Oh god. Yes, everyone, we
Shut
will
up.
figure this out. Much like a drunk fraternity surrounding a 300-pound midget prostitute, we will figure out where we're supposed to stick it and get it done.
Well, it's been elements of all kinds of things. We've had a lot of people helping work on the project. I would like to thank Free Press of Kakistan for coming through with helping us with some of the art and, of course, a new featurette that we'll be featuring on this show a little later on, actually coming up here soon. And I think everybody will enjoy that. And also, we're going to have heavier lore readings. We're going to have art. We're going to have guests on the show. So the pilot episode is just kind of give you all an introduction of it all, and it's going to be a really good time. So bear with us as we kind of figure it all out. I can remember the first time I actually got on a stream. It was Marty. I was a nobody in your world. I had just opened the magic portal. I can remember it like yesterday. There were very few Magogonites in that time. Very few. Nobody knew who I was. And I got an invite to come on to Marty's stream. And I had a horrible time. It was very boring. He tried to history lesson me to death. I hope he's watching. And then, of course, he was all like, I'm glad you're around. And then I was like, no, I'm not. This was awful. And then I became Magog of Morskar, and I got a larger following, and people have been worshipping me and waiting for me to conquer their realm. And Marty, of course, is still there like, hi, remember me? So, I miss Marty. But he was the first one that broke my stream cherry, and I remember how nervous I was to be speaking live to large groups of people. It was very strange. But I'm still getting used to that, I think. So, I don't know what it is about being live compared to just interacting with stupid shit on the internet, but it is way different. How do you guys feel about this?
It's definitely different. The first few streams that I was on, I couldn't speak at all, let alone banter.
That not much has changed. You're like the
No,
quietest.
it really hasn't.
But you're on streams
I try and
all
make
the
my words
time,
count.
Vampy. Everybody knows you're a stream vampire whore.
I am. It's what I'm known
Sucking
for.
the light from them left, right, and center. My God, you've got talents.
What was your first stream, Beardy? I don't remember.
I don't really remember either. I was a young thing, and much like how I handled women in my life, I found every opening and stuffed myself into it. So I jumped from a lot, and it was Satsu 2 cents. That was the first stream that I did, was Satsu 2 cents, and that's where the sound clip in my little Barbarian thing comes from.
Oh,
he had no idea who I was, the poor bastard.
Oh, yes. Well, I hope to grow this thing into a much bigger production as we go, and that's why I think the pilot episode is just so good to get out of the way so that we learn from the great things we're doing and learn from the not so great things we're doing and really evolve the show. In my opinion, no show starts out at its very strongest. There's always room for growing and improving and having different guests on and different characters and different interactions and different stories to tell. And I think that is where we're at right now. This is the very beginning of something that I've always wanted to do, but it's going to take some getting used to. Especially interacting directly with my Magogonites. I'm used to them being over there.
I'm used to them being in my lap.
Oh, come on, man.
What? Your fans are whores. I love it. They're great. I love every one of them.
Well, they are very dedicated, yes. So anyway, how about we get on to reading our stories then? Would that be nice?
I suppose we could. Yeah. Or do we want to surprise these folks with that featurette first?
Oh, yes, we're going to do that to segue into the lore reading, but I figured, we've had enough beginning banter and we can get to the real part of the show.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I hope everyone enjoys this. It was put together by Free Press Kextan and myself, and I really think that you're going to like it and have fun with it, and I'm gonna continue to do it if everyone does like it. So everybody sit back. We're going to take a little quick break and enjoy the featurette that is now going to be a regular part of SideQuest, Magog Reanimated. Greetings, Magogonites. On this very special episode, I'm going to teach you how to properly deal with dragons. With great power comes great something. Let me show you my dark arts.
Hey, Magog. They already have documentaries exploring this subject.
The fuck is this garbage? No. That's not how you deal with dragons. They would burn you alive and use your bones as toothpicks. What is this family-friendly bullshit? Oh, never mind. I'll teach you the right way to make a dragon your bitch. Not like the dragon lady from Game of Thrones, oh please. Rufus would incinerate those titties faster than you could say ass rape. Here's my advice. First, you have to always be aware of your surroundings. Be alert. Dragons may be large, but they are also elegant and stealthy creatures. You never want them to get the jump on you. That's a sure way to get your nuts roasted.
Oh, fuck me.
Silence, Poe! You are interrupting my lesson. Second, don't bother with those useless wooden bucklers and swords. Dragons can melt that shit like that. Next, learn devastating dark magic or some well-made destruction potions. Make sure their main ingredient is Dragon's Bane. It also cures genital warts.
Magog.
Poe! Will you shut the fuck up? I'm teaching here. It's imperative that you go for the dragon's heart. The heart is a source of the dragon's fire. Even if you're dealing with an undead dragon that cannot be killed the traditional way, you can at least neuter the beast and use necromantic magic to enslave it to your will. And also... and then what you've got to do is get on your knees and praise the dragon. Let him know you're only kidding around and that you wish to make peace. That's what friendship is all about, after all. Friendly banter, that's all it is. Am I right, Poe?
I hate you, Magog.
Ha! Ha ha ha! I fucking hate this part. Yeah, that was a terrible fucking time. Fucking dragons. Fucking
Look like it, you fuck.
You have to fucking... Oh, God. That is now the premiere of the new series, Magog Reanimated. I hope you all enjoyed it. A little skit show, just for side quest. Well, shall we move on to some fantastical stories? How about we start with Beardbarian? I like to hear his first.
I guess so. I had to steal a story to have a story ready for today. So I mean, please bear with me, folks. I mean, it's not like I go on magical adventures all by myself and come up with quite the wonderful things, right? But my last adventure took me to a rather strange place. Orange skies in the middle of the day. It was fucking weird. Like not blue, not purple, not pink, orange. As far as the eye can see from one horizon to the next. It was astounding. Oddest thing. I mean, anyways, the place was obviously seeping with evil. I mean, the people just stood there and let me cut them down one after the other with no resistance, like they wanted to die. They wanted it. It was fucking ridiculous. But the place looked like it had been hit up pretty hard by famine, so I don't exactly blame them. They weren't really living. Ugh. But I figured, looking at the state of the castle and the palace and the guards walking around this town, that there had to be a pretty successful tyrant working there. So with a good tyrant, there's always a good method. So I went ahead and tracked down this castle. Not that it was exactly hard. It was a shit small town with a little castle. And when I say little, I mean little. Like we're talking maybe 15-foot walls, but there was an impressive tower inside this thing. It spanned. Must have been at least 10 stories. So I figured if I was going to find anything of merit on how this evil tyrant could hold this kind of power over his people, I'd find it there. So I climbed up there, daggers in hand, up the side of the wall, one after the other, until I finally reached its top. When I entered the room at its highest peak, I found myself in a chamber lined with maps, spattered with blood, daggers scattered across the floor, and this book sitting on top of a table. So I figured, why not, right? So let's what the fuck? Oh, blackness, oh, sorrow, oh, reaching darkness, oh, shadow, oh, suffering. Oh my God, this is so fucking emo! You are the toxins within my putrid veins. You are the smoke which burns in my lungs. You are the bite of the snake and the sting of the sword. You are the fear lurking in all living beings. All who know your touch, all know your power, none know your name. O dread darkness, I am your tool, your servant and your slave. Make of me what you will, that this world will know of true terror and suffering once more. I like the sound of this. With this right, sealed in blood of an innocent man, robbed of his purity by bitterness and suffering, in the name I consecrate, blah, blah, blah. With this soul shed, I call upon your magic to... Fuck it. It's kind of a neat little doodle on here, though. Covered in blood and shit. What have we got here? All right, here we go. Creepy journal. Olum 4573 PD. Whatever the fuck that means. Today was the day. I will no longer be Amiga's second opinion, the object of political ploy, nor the head of any house that is not my own. He forgets that I am more than simply his sister. Oh, God. He forgets that it is I that serves as his spy okay, that makes sense now. Spy master, and I who command the blades in his secret prisons. I need only draw the life force of but one to seal this deal, but who? None of these slack-jawed murderers will suffice. None of them possess the quality of character, the purity of spirit required. I will have to look elsewhere. For now, I have to a package to pick up from the smithy. Giggity. Olum 5573 PD. The accord is struck. The die has been cast. From henceforth, the plot begins. I must cast aside all doubt if I am to succeed. I did what I had to do. I must not regret my actions. The cost was necessary. But what is this whiny bit? Forgive me, Jacob. I had no choice. He was pure, innocent, and perfect. Oh, mother, what have I... This bitch is crazy. I don't know who the fuck she is, but this bitch is crazy. So let's skip ahead and see if it gets crazy. Here we go. Olum 27, 57, 3 PD. No, 573. That's how you say that. 573 PD. Mother demands a steady flow, and so I maintain for her. That sounds really dirty. There's no pleasure beyond the rapture of performing her will. The streets are nigh barren, stripped of life and left to decay. The fields are ill-tended, the cattle dying and sheep devoured by wolves. The great sorrow has leaked even into the castle now, as the stores of... what? Sorry, she's got a bit of blood on here. As the stores dwindle to nearing emptiness, fear and doubt sink into the hearts of all men. So I guess if we just destroy food, I don't fucking know. This has got to make more sense soon. They part before me like wheat before the blade, filled with fear and anticipation of death, yet still there's resistance. In the churches and holy halls, strong-willed servants alike seek to outshine my shadow. Their clerics work tirelessly to undo my work, however futile. I shall have to mark them next upon the mantle of my beloved mother. Hey, Magog, this chick's got some serious mommy issues. And a taste for being a whiny, sadistic cunt. You should get in touch. You're a perfect match.
Yeah, shut up. Trying to hook me up some crazy fucking poon. I'm not fucking interested, Barry. This bitch sounds like a fucking crazy person. Yeah, is that Vamp's
trying to
diary?
help you out.
Like, oh god.
No, mine all got burned.
Oh,
Oh, that's a good choice. All right, now where were we? This might be getting good. Yet still, there's the problem of the price. She commands in return for the Lord of the Lepers. Lord of the Lepers. Where the fuck am I going to find a hero with a pure soul in a land I've woven into perpetual misery and sorrow? This is going to take some serious work. I'm going to have to outsource. Bunch of names, random days. There we go. Fortuna 28, 573 PD. 7 months of searching high and low, setting traps and faulty quests, luring dozens of men to their death, and still no pure hero. Maybe I kind of like this one. It seems that darkness has swallowed the spirit of every innocent soul across the land. I've sent scouts to the surrounding nations, but I've heard nothing since. Perhaps in the absence of Mother's reach, they broke from the spell of darkness and sought new, happier lives. I don't blame them. Emo. Fuck. Ugh. Mother grows more and more impatient with my search with every passing day. Though my power through her is great, nothing is ever perfect. The Earl has become suspect of his subjects and has begun to hire warriors and wizards of outlying nations who are beyond the influence of my that would be the gods. Beyond the influence of my magics. That makes sense. He suspects an impending assassination. He doesn't yet realize how wrong he is. When his life draws be by his own hand, I will find the hero I need. Mother will be satisfied. I'm sorry, it sounds like bad innuendo. Mother will be satisfied. God, okay. Whew. I've little time left. The soul-sapped soldiers of this place are useless at deflecting the investigations of these mercenaries. I've little time left before they figure out what I'm up to. Frankly, I never should have started this journal. It was foolish and naive, but better confessed here than to wrong ears. At morning light, I will set out myself to find the sacrifice I need to appease Mother's hunger. All I need now is a useful idiot to help me depart from this place without the Earl noticing. I don't envy that idiot. Next page. Fortuna 30, 573 PD. Mercenary patrols in the castle and township have increased significantly. Unsuspected to anyone, myself included, the peasantry attempted a coup to overthrow the invading soldiers hired by the Earl. All right, that explains the listlessness and the low population. Even I did not see this turn of events. How swiftly and completely the uprising would be squashed. The surviving citizens have been silent and submissive since, hiding in their homes and single-mindedly tending to their duties for 2 days. When I walked through the streets earlier today, there was only silence, broken by the occasional cry of desperation to greet my ears. That's fucking romantic. I've still heard no word from my scouts, and Mother has grown angry with their impatience. Time is not on my side any longer. There ought to be a new regiment of mercenaries floating in today. However, there's always one or two who turn their back after witnessing the mass grave sites and the dread-stained citizenry. If I'm lucky, maybe he'll be a hero I can only dream. A white knight to save me from this wretched fate. This is fucking despicable. Vamp, were you this bad when you were young?
Define young.
Young enough to write a bad journal about killing each other and Mother.
I don't even remember my mother.
She doesn't have a mother. She's born in Lake Concoctus in the fucking 9th level of hell.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it does.
All right, let's see here. Oh yeah, no, Vamp, this sounds exactly like you. A handsome man, an intelligent man.
Does it say anything about him being tan?
I don't know here. But this shit is really starting to read like a teen romance novel.
Where did you find this?
In the top of a giant tower, I climbed. There were Dead people everywhere, giant gravesites, burning bodies, disease. The people were so oppressed that they just stood there and let you kill them. They didn't even resist. It was amazing. I kind of hoped that this was going to be more useful in telling us how to do that ourselves, but I don't know, maybe.
Perhaps it will lead to a grand treasure that later on I can steal from you. Come look
Bark.
at
Fuck you, Magog.
it.
Finger wiggling fuck. When will my hero come? When will I find salvation from Mother's eternal hunger? Yeah, this sounds like Vamp's Diary. When will it be my turn? Tell me, O fate, when will my knight in shining armor come to my rescue? And yet, I can nearly see him in my mind. A rugged, handsome fellow, features beyond compare, a gaze which could pierce my heart as easily as his blade pierces the flesh of his enemies. Fuck, this bitch has a hard time writing in straight line. I think she's been flicking the bean while working on this. Falling like wilted flowers before the might of a terrifying storm. Yeah, pages are kind of funny smelling. I can see him now, clad in cloth the color of his victory, crimson red and matted with the blood of fools who dared to stand in his way. And hides to shield his godlike form from attempted blows. Man, this guy sounds pretty sexy. Maybe this psycho has some good qualities to her after all. His boundless might contained in such handsome beauty has left me weak and wanting. How I yearn to run my fingers endlessly through his magnificent beard and bask in his bountiful virility. Damn, girl! Here he comes now, creeping to my window to lead me away from this place, to guide me to a brand new kingdom of men more noble than a peasant slaughtering madman. Come hither, my beautiful idiot. I wonder how far he'll get in this journal before he realizes I'm... Oh,
Oh, shit.
God damn it.
Yeah, Beardy. Beardy's dead.
Beard?
Beard's dead. He's dead, people. Oh, that's funny. He got a fucking knife in his back. That was good. Still a better love story than 50 Shades of Grey. Hey, Vamp, what is the chat saying? Should we resurrect Beard Barian? Should we resurrect him?
I don't know, chat. Should we resurrect the beard?
We gotta wait till it comes in, don't we?
Mm-hmm. There's a bunch of ones.
Yep, really? Yep. Beardy, wake back up.
no.
We'll give you just one back. There you go. Got a blade in your fucking back,
Broke
man.
off in my fucking back.
How did you fucking fall for that? You had to climb a tower and get a mysterious journal. Fuck that! You should have wielded fire
thought it
magic
was
and burned the whole place to the ground.
Fuck me. It's not my fault. I'm just trying to... Where the fuck is the book? God damn it!
He's got stripy pajama pants.
It's just
on.
not my fucking day. Speaking of bad side quests.
I love it when he stands up and he's got stripy pajama pants on.
Beard, what did you learn?
To fuck your mother before I ask for consent.
Oh, shit. Oh,
My mother's dead.
You
So have
don't
fun.
know your mother. I
Oh,
told you that. You fucking succubus from hell. I have a much
We
better
had to come
story.
from some.
I have a much better story. It's my turn. It's my turn to tell a story. Is everybody ready? Oh, this is a wonderful tale. It's very similar to Barbarians, quite coincidentally. It's a bit of a love story. I hope I'm coming in okay. Let me get my storytelling face on. All right. Everybody ready? Beardy's almost dead. He's almost dead. All right. This story I like to call the Twilight Tryst. The boy's name was Garin. He was a pauper's son, and he grew up in the capital city of Soth. After the death of his father, he was forced to live on the streets, and in order to feed his starving belly, he turned to learning the skills of trickery, thievery, and deception, and also male prostitution, but he didn't like to talk about that. Many years went by, and he grew into a young man, and with his skills he learned from being a criminal on the streets, he decided to pull a job that was guaranteed to bring him great wealth. He had planned one moonless night to break into the estate of a large and noble lord, a man with wealth and power who sat upon the court of the king. And on that night, he crept through the estate, dodging guard patrols, using his skills of stealth. He made his way through, and it took him some time, but he finally found himself in the large, grand room where he believed the family vault was held. But lo, after searching, the room had no vault. The map that was given to him by a shady black market merchant was wrong. It was false. He cursed under his breath and vowed to return to that black market merchant and get revenge, especially after what he had to go through to get the map from the merchant. But he didn't like to talk about that. Suddenly, he heard a sound behind him. He whipped around, drew his dagger, thinking that he would see a guard there, ready to deal a killing blow. But who had stood before him was the most beautiful woman he had ever seen. Even in the darkness of the parlor, her hair shimmered like gold, her eyes like emeralds. Her magnificent bosom was proportional and supple to her lithe frame. They were like treasures unto themselves. Some would even say this woman's breasts were gifts from the gods to mankind, to be envied by both kings and lords, the cleavage of them heaving like... What was I saying? I got distracted. Oh, yes. Standing before Garin was this beautiful woman, more beautiful than the night sky with the stars shining, and she was roughly his age. Startled by the thief, she opened her mouth to scream, but he grasped her, held her close. That is when he realized she was the Lady Bethany, the daughter of the lord of the estate. He whispered into her ear, "My lady, I will not hurt you. Not in my wildest dreams would I ever think to harm a perfect rose." Even though she was terrified, she did think to herself, "Be this thief a poet? What other kind of man could use such words to swoon a maiden's heart?" And then, hoping to gain a way out of the place without alarming the guards, he decided to explain his story to her. He whispered in her ear how horrible it was to live on the streets of the city, how terrible it was to grow up alone and poor, and that he would never, being a thief of honor, steal anything of her family's that had sentimental value. But there were objects in the house that she would pass by every day, ignoring that if sold on the black market could feed his belly for years. She suddenly felt something for him, sympathy. Her heart swelled, and she suddenly thought about having those whispering words in her ears every night. She thought about his eyes gazing into hers. She thought about kissing him. He let her go, hoping she would not scream for the guard. And when she did, she remained silent, turned to him, and did something quite unexpected, placed a silken hand upon his cheek and kissed him. If there ever was a story of true love at first sight, this be it. And for months after their first meeting, they met in secret many times. They, however often they could, met in the twilight hours, in the gardens of her family estate, in the alley behind the estate. Wherever they could, and even Garen often risked everything to sneak back into the estate, to her chamber, just to be with his beloved Bethany. That slowly began to come to an end when they realized that Garen's risk was too great, and she was afraid that he would be captured by her father, for her father was beginning to become suspicious, asking questions about the change in her personality. Then they hatched a scheme to run away together, to elope, and on the night in question, to get away from her father, she donned a black hood to cover her golden hair. She bound her breasts in a leather tunic, because those certainly would, draw attention. And she painted her face in shadow, like some dead whore. Like Vamp. Anyway, Garen did the same, and they met in the alleyways behind the estate, hoping to run away together. But they were not alone. The guards and her father were there. They had found out about the affair, and they were angry. Bethany had to watch in horror as the guards beat Garen and chained him. The father, the lord of the estate, found out about the affair from a black market merchant. And he struck a deal with the black market merchant, made the arrangement for the information, but the lord didn't like to talk about that. The father stepped from the shadows, a look of sad disappointment and anger upon his face, and also disgust because of the dealings with the black market merchant, which he didn't like to talk about. "Father, please," she begged. "Do not hurt him. I love him." "Silence, whore," he said. "You're just like your unfaithful and unloyal mother." The guards remembered her mother. They missed her mother, that she was a good time. Suddenly, as the Lord raised his hand to strike his daughter in anger, a cloaked black figure emerged from the shadows, quickly and swiftly went to work on the guards. Blood spewed forth from their open wounds. They died so quickly they could not even scream out in pain. And then the shadowy figure made for the Lord himself, and with the whisperings of a few words in an ancient tongue, turned the Lord's guts into mash. His eyeballs popped from his head, dropped to the ground, and sizzled like breakfast morning eggs in a frying pan. The Lady Bethany and Garen cowered before the stranger. Cloaked in mystery and power, they trembled on the ground. Suddenly a voice spoke to them from the blackness of the hood. The voice said, "I have saved your lives, because your love was born in the twilight darkness, and I am the guardian of that darkness. Go now and forget this night, the violence and death you saw, and know always the darkness shall step forward to protect the innocent and the weak." Garen and Bethany whimpered thanks and gratitude to the dark stranger. But before they could go, the dark stranger whispered one last thing. "Well, there is the matter of payment. I did, after all, save your lives, and allowed your love to survive and blossom." The Lady Bethany whispered, "What do you want for payment?" Garen leaned on her, wounded from the beatings the guards gave him. "Would you like gold, silk, title, or land?" The stranger said, "No. Upon your wedding night, I request one thing. I request the presence of the fair lady in the nearest woodshed. I want happy fun time with the boobies."
You stay out of the fucking woodsheds, you bastard!
The Lady Bethany agreed. But Garen and Bethany later decided that they were going to trick the darkness. They hatched a scheme. They moved to her family's estate in the country, where they lived out their lives in solitude. They ordered that no woodshed ever be erected anywhere near their country home, And they also vowed to love each other always, but never be married, for then there would be no wedding night. And after many years, they thought they had tricked the darkness. But they were wrong. The darkness remembered and grew angry and impatient, and one day, when they least expected, arrived at their country home while they slept, stood over their bed, and slaughtered them in their sleep. Now, of course, this is a fairy tale. It's just a myth. It didn't really happen. And it has nothing to do with anybody you may or may not know. It's a tale of morality. And the morality is, don't piss me off. The end.
And here I was expecting, bone up when you offered to bone. If you're going to put out, fucking put out. Don't be a tease or you'll die. But I suppose that works too. So, did you fuck the corpse? Oh no, I can't hear anything from Magog.
Oh no, his crystal's acting up.
Oh no. Oh shit, I guess I'm gonna have to carry it then. Well, so there was this fun day. I went to visit a nice gentleman by the name of Magog because he was not as active as I wanted him to be. And I thought, you know what, this guy's a pretty reasonable dude. If I just go knock on his door, he will absolutely acquiesce to my request to get to fucking work. So I get to his tower, at least I thought it was his tower, and I bang on the big tower door, and I'm waiting for Magog to come down there or a fireball to hit me. But instead, the door slowly creaked open with nothing but a haunting silence echoing inside of it. So I pushed the door the rest of the way open and stepped inside. And at the distance, along the end of a corridor, I could see the trickling of light coming in. And I went, well, don't look at any fucking windows in here, so I guess I'll check it out. And I walked down that hallway and I took a look around the corner, and it was just a goddamn staircase. It was an empty entire floor with a staircase. Now, this is fucking stupid. So I climbed the next stairs. Once I got to the second floor, I found an array of beds, all of them moistened with blood and putrid pus. And I thought, fuck this guy. Magog is fucking sick. What the is he running a hospice or a whorehouse? I don't know. So I went upstairs again. And there I found the most hideous looking woman ever. She filled this entire chamber. It was no doubt that she had lowered herself with foul magic to lay on all of the beds beneath at once. This tremendous beast stared at me with hungering jowls and saliva dripping down her chin. And I said to her, wait, this isn't Magog's place, is it? And she goes, no, I'm Magog's mom. How's it nice? How's it going? Nice to meet you.
Don't go fuck yourself, my mother.
I've never run so fast in my life.
Shut up, you fucking savage. Sorry I had to go away for a minute. My fucking very dead eye popped out of my fucking skull. Yeah, had to fix it. It was gross. It was all gross.
Like your mother.
Shut up. Shut it, Beardy. Anyway, well, that was exciting. What did you guys think of my tale? It was a beautiful love story.
It was, and it also always pay Magog.
Yes, always fucking pay up. Pay up if I save your fucking life. I mean, if a mysterious shadow comes out of nowhere and saves your life, pay him what he asks.
No, just pay Magog too.
And then, of course. Anyway, well, I think now that we've read our stories and entertained the people the best we could for the first pilot episode, I think we should end with a little daily advice with Poe, and then we'll interact with the chat for a little while. How's that, everyone? Yes?
That sounds lovely.
Poe! Poe! Do you have some advice for people?
My advice for the day is never take a Vietnam vet to a fireworks display in the swamp.
Goddamn chaos. Chaos everywhere. I turned my back for a second to try and see if that bitch had snuck up on me again.
That was
I
very
find-
good advice, Poe. Thank you. Fucking weirdo. Goddamn.
Oh, sorry. Was Poe saying something? I don't give a fuck.
Yep, he doesn't care about you either. Is that right, pal? Ow! Yeah, fuck it. Well, anyway, let's interact with the chat and read some of the super chats that have come in, and then we'll end the show with a nice credit roll. And don't forget, everyone, when we end the show, there's a little something extra at the end of the credits if you want to sit through them. Go on, Vamp. That's your cue.
Alrighty. Let's see here. The Wild Tanuki, aka the Drunken Trash Panda, says, I'm busy, but VampKandy is better than Magog and Beardberry. Much love. God King, Wild Tanuki, peace fuckers.
Yo, thank you very much, Tanuki, for pointing out that VampKandy is uglier than me and Beardberry.
Aww. Stop flattering me.
I'm handsome. Just saying.
Let's see here. Lurker. Magog, I have a problem. A strange Cuban man sold me a cactus that must have been enchanted, and now I have small cacti growing all over my body. Is there anything I can do to reverse this?
The fuck? Goddamn Mexican curses. Listen, if it was failure,
Oh, no, it's
there's
Cuban.
nothing I can do.
It's Cuban curses.
I don't care what part of Mexico he's from.
No, he's the swimming kind.
Come on, man. Come on, they gotta cross a river too, don't they? And God, I can't even be a little racist to get the stream shut down by YouTube. Like, I'm trying here, Vamp. I'm sorry. I can't help you. Cacti growing all over you. I'd have to look into that. Maybe I'll do something for you.
That sounds nice.
Get a nice salve, maybe some neosporin. Oh, God, cacti all over your body. In a way, you're kind of a superhero now, if you think about it. Just go around giving people you don't like hugs.
Lurker says it itches really bad. Help.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry.
Hydrocortisone?
Yeah, you could try something like that. I'm not in your world, so my magic won't help you. Go on,
What you need to do is find a really good herbalist and get him to make you fine brews out of juniper and honey. And by the time you've had enough, you won't care that your genitals are made out of cacti.
Thank you, Beardberry, for that straight. He's drinking meth. That's all. Ignore him, everyone. What's the next one, Vampy?
Gorax says maggot dick.
That is fucking eloquent. Thank you.
Well, I mean, what do you expect?
Does he want me to say that? Is that what it is? Maggot dick! Yeah.
So Nikolai Barostov, Magog, how much do you need for your phylactery?
A phylactery? Oh, I don't know. I'll have to price them, but probably a lot.
Sounds like it.
Unless you're incredibly wealthy and feel like parting with your money, it might take some time to get that phylactery.
Are you ready for the next one?
Yes. Hit me.
Right-wing BDSM guy. I like your name. Wow, necro fetish. I thought I was a pervert. Shit.
Oh, come on, you gotta do what you can. Yeah.
Romance is right in the name, my dude.
Just gotta remember where you bury them.
I'm not sure how to pronounce their name. Ken Ifig, I think. A donation towards the quest so there are alcoholic beverages to encourage blood-sucking, vaporizing, and wolf masturbation.
Aye, thank you. Awesome. Wait, what? What was that last one?
That's on you, Magog. I'm leaving that to you. It's all you, bud. You got this. Yeah, powerful wizard.
You're the one wearing fur, you fucking retard.
Oh, God. And I'm being stalked by a cat.
A large one or a small one?
No, this is the strange battle cat that is yet to tell me its name. I think it might be a druid, but it keeps breaking into my house.
Did you do anything bad to druids lately?
It's one of Vamp's familiars.
Yes, that's why I'm trying to keep it around.
I need to spy on people. I have to keep tabs.
All right. What's next?
Leffert says, tell me about yourselves.
Well, I am Magog Morskar. I'm a powerful mage and necromancer, and I'm kind of an asshole. Somebody else?
I am the Beardbarian, and I am an alcoholic, and I'm also an asshole. But I'm the asshole that'll fuck you with my fist instead of wiggling fingers like a goddamn pansy.
I will kill you. I have the magic crystals to fucking kill you, Beardbarian. Shut it. Go ahead, Vamp, introduce yourself.
I'm Vamp, I'm a vampire, and if you ask the crazy drunken necrophiliac, I'm a bitch.
Now you're a slutty bitch.
That too.
My favorite kind. Keep it up, Vamp. We're proud of you.
I do my best. Jamobi says, Magog, as a wizard trap, are wizard traps gay?
Dad, I think that depends on the wizard trap. It's an individual case-by-case basis. I am not a trap. I have traps. One of them killed Per. But, you know.
Stephen Blackman, being the resident dick, how did this live stream take weeks of hours to make, as was why no other vids were made? The hype doesn't match the result? I'll let you two take care of that.
No, I'm sorry. We're doing the very best we can. Okay? But thank you for your donation. Also, you know, quit being a dick.
The pretty things. That took a while. By which I mean Vamp. We had to send her so much money and so many Mexican prostitutes. Mm-hmm. It took us weeks.
It didn't help that I ate half of them.
Right. As I said, we're building this from the ground up, but we wanted to get something out. And I am resuming normal content this week. So, happy days.
Oh. The based mama. Magog, come get these dragons out of my attic.
If you have dragons in your attic, you must have a very large house. And I ain't fucking touching that one. I hate dragons. Beardy, you go do it.
Set the quest reward high enough and I might help you out. But it's gotta be worth it.
Thanks, Base Mama. Love you.
We love Base Mama. Scott McLean, a demi-queer trans lesbian harpy flies in out of nowhere and swoops down to attack Beardbarian while screeching traps aren't gay.
No, he's dead. Yeah, dead. There he goes. He's dead. I killed him.
If anyone would like to resurrect Beard, that'd be great. Based Heckbot says, the first of you niggins to send me a large amount of Kevlar will be rewarded. I am the one responsible for the massacre in Beardy's story, by the way.
Oh, well, I don't know how to get you more Kevlar, but thank you so much. Beardbarian, wake back up. I'll give you your life back a little bit. There you go.
I'm being licked in the face by a cat.
I need to get better control of my
much.
She likes you.
A lot.
That's what I get for sending one of the slutty slaves.
Heroes never die, says Free Press of Kekassan. Well, I'm not a hero, but thanks.
Alexander Russell just threw gold piece at you.
Thank you. Ka-ching.
Leffert, still glad I took the day off work.
Oh, you didn't have to do that. It'll be up on the channel to watch later, but thank you so much. We're trying our very best, you know.
Doku HLSD, take my digital human numbers and praise Keck.
Praise Keck and Chatelet, motherfuckers.
Wonderful gospel Keck.
Chatelet. Tim Tarbox says, hello, my lord.
Hello, Tim.
Palletbeard, some XP for all of you. Beardbarian, please teach us to make fine mead and tell us what is best in life.
You should really do
well, for making fine mead, you need to have the right bees and a good local ecosystem, and I don't really know much about brewing, but what is best in life is to see your enemies. Sorry, to crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of the women. I keep wanting to crush the women. I don't know why.
Sexist.
I want to evenly distribute my crushings.
Oh, so
It feels unfair.
you're an egalitarian crusher. That's good to know.
Yes, I will crush pussy and dick alike with my fist.
Go ahead, Vamp.
Oskem's Razor, great show!
Thank you.
Exclamation point. Dexor the Bearded, you started the stream on time, thus you put the rest of YouTube to shame.
We do
Oh,
try.
we can leave.
Well, you know,
I
it's
believe
all.
that is it for the highlighted ones.
All right. So, thank you all for super chatting. We have a little time if everybody would like to stick around and talk a little bit to the chat. If not, we'll go ahead and end it here. I'll leave it up to my co-hosts. As I said, you know, this pilot episode was a fucking pain in the ass. We had every kind of fucking thing that could possibly go wrong. So, I'm excited for the future, though. There's going to be a lot more, you know, things written out and fun, you know, lore to share and stories and animations and all kinds of stuff. We're building it from the ground up. This is the first building block.
So there's a good question in the chat right now that I feel like I need to partially answer. It said, what is Morscar like? And is that where the Beardberry and Vamp come from? I don't come from Morscar. I probably come from somewhere north of that, though. I still have to confirm. I need to check my birth certificate, make sure that everything lines up. But pretty much, I don't know about Vamp. Vamp, fucking, where the fuck are you from, Vamp?
I'm from Earth.
She's from that dimension.
It's my world.
Yes.
The one that Magog keeps trying to take over. I need your help.
I'm trying, dear. I am trying. That Morscar is, well, it's dark and depressing and filled with death and mayhem, and just like every other kingdom in the surrounding area, including Volgoth to the north, where we believe Beardy is from, but we have to verify that. But yeah, it's a great time. Good time to be a necromancer.
Let's see here. Tiberius Kirk says, Chatelet from the Roman Empire. Well done.
Chatelet, motherfuckers. Yes. Good. We had good time.
Doku HLSD also says 15 gold dragons for the fermented crab.
What?
I don't know. That's what it says.
A fermented crab? Is that what it said? That's a strange...
Fermented crab.
I'm gonna have to buy
Unless it's
fermented crabs
mineral.
now.
I mean,
I don't know.
Right on. Right on.
real name asked, hey Magog, what do you want to do tonight?
I want to take over the world. Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Oh, come on. You think I didn't know that?
He does get the reruns on his crystals.
Oh, that's good.
Pallet Beard wants to know, Magog, how do they get a starter in learning necrophilia? Well, I think you need to go to your nearest morgue.
Yeah, you stick your dick in something cold and dead.
Brings-
I mean,
there's not a book on it, I don't think.
I hope you like the smell of patchouli if you want to get into necromantic romancing.
Yes.
yeah,
Ugh,
Julie.
I usually just joke around. Man, Beardberry takes it too far. He gets it all fucking smelling in my ears.
Oh dear Lord, this is amazing. Dingo Productions UK says, Magog, I've had a boner since this stream started. And every time the Beardberrian spoke, it got harder. Do you have a spell to make it go away? Please help me.
Well, first you have to,
Nope, there's no way to reverse it. Stuck forever.
Here's a walking
perma
hard on. Oh, because of Beardberry. Well, we all know who's building the boners in this show.
Is it Poe?
Totally Poe.
Totally Poe. Yeah, it's Poe. Yeah. Well, I think this is a good time to end the pilot episode. I think it was very fun trying out all the things and having a bit of fun with my friends. And as I said, as we go along, I think we're going to build more and more skits and have guests on and different characters and to interact with and everything like that. And hopefully build it into something new. Anytime you take a chance and start something different, there's always, growing to do. I want to thank everyone for coming by. I hope you enjoyed our stories and our banter amongst ourselves. I hope you enjoyed the amount of work we put into this, especially with the visual style of it. And I am sorry for all the technical difficulties, but at least we were able to launch on time. Anyway,
Yes.
any last words for my co-host before we roll credits?
Yes, I'm going to speak up on behalf of one super chat that came in before we're done that asked us to say our catchphrases.
Oh, okay. I can do that.
So,
We'll
if you would
end
like to
with
take it
that.
off.
We'll end with that.
Perfect. Other than that, I'm the next stage of me stumbling in the woods in the smoke is going to go live as soon as we're done here as well.
Nice.
So, check that shit out. Early release. Celebrate the pilot. We'll be back next week at the exact same time, same day. It's gonna be fucking glorious. I'm excited. This has gone well.
Yes, we had a good time. Even if people are like, what the fuck is going on here?
We don't even know.
Yeah, come on. We're figuring this out. It's all new, What about you, Vamp? Any last words? I don't even know
I
what
didn't
Vamp's
consent to any
catchphrase
of
is.
this.
Do you even
It's
have...
I did not consent.
Is that it? You didn't consent to this, right?
I didn't consent, but I'm not gonna fight you.
Rawr. All right, well, thank you all for coming by. We'll end it with our catchphrases and roll credits. And as I said before, if you want a funny little thing at the very end of the credits, like they sometimes do in movies in your realm, then you can wait all the way through the credits. If not, hopefully you drop by next week at the same time, 7 p.m. Central U.S. time on Monday nights. And we'll be building side quest into hopefully a very fluid and fun activity for all to enjoy for about an hour and a half to 2 hours long. I'm Magog, and I will conquer you. That is a man.
And I am the barbarian, and I am all that is man.
I'm Vamp, you're both idiots, and I did not consent to any of this.
Go suck it, elf.
Yeah, fuck off. Good night, everybody.
Father!